What's up guys, it's Bizute back with another Reddit video. Today, we're looking at r/NuclearRevenge. Get into your 2006 Grand Cherokee, buckle up, because these can be some crazy stories. So all I'm saying is you better put that seatbelt on, because if the airbag goes off, well, you're going to wish you had that seatbelt on. As always, thank you for all the support. I love you guys. As always, hit that like button too if you enjoyed. If you did not enjoy, you can hit that dislike button and let me know in the comments what you didn't enjoy. I read all the comments, every single one of them. And at the end of this video, I'm shouting out one of the comments from the last Reddit video. So if you want to be in the next Reddit video with your comment, leave a comment down below. If I like the comment, it's going to be put in. As always, guys, let's get straight into the first one. Like wrecking mailboxes? Have fun with 2 broken arms. Posting on mobile, so sorry for the formatting issues, no problem. So I live in a rural part of New Zealand where it's easy to get rowdy in the weekend / Friday night as there's little to no police presence. This story took place a fair few years ago, so I can only remember what my father told me about what happened. So basically in the area there's this house full of young adults. Bogans, some might say. Bogans equal rednecks. All of the Bogans have either big trucks and utes or old shitty sports cars that are modded to go fast. And when the story took place, there was like 10 of them. So Friday and weekend nights could get pretty loud when they raced around a few country roads in the area. Now I don't know how they came up with this idea, but I assume they had been on the priss when they first tried it. What did they do? They hogtied a fucking log to the front of one of their older trucks and went around ramming all the mailboxes. Now my dad wasn't mad the first time. In fact, he did marvel about how they managed to get a whole log onto the front of a truck and still get a decent speed going. To this day, we still have no clue. But after the second and third time, he got pretty mad. So after the third time, he said fuck it. Went to Mitre, 10, like a home improvement store, and bought a great big thick solid metal pole, and proceeded to paint the first half meter of it brown so it looked like wood. Attached it to the mailbox of the top and bury at least 10 meters of it into the ground, holding the bottom of this down with another half meter of concrete. He never does things by halves, LMAO. He spent Monday and Tuesday working on it, and then we waited until Friday. Friday came, but instead of the satisfaction of a wrecked car atop the driveway, we just got the races going up and down the road. Fast forward 25 hours, and we hear loud engines around 10 p.m., and a crash, and another. At this point, they're running over mailboxes further up the road, and then we hear the biggest boom you've ever heard, then screaming. My father ran up to the top of the drive and had to call an ambulance and a tow truck. Our mailbox was there where the handbrake was, essentially breaking the front of the car in half, completely killing the modded engine, and wrecking the car. Not only that, but as the car had to come to a complete stop, the driver had broken both of his arms on the steering wheel, and the passenger in the front seat had gotten a concussion. After the police and ambulance had arrived, we learned that everyone in the car was so drunk it was a miracle they were hitting mailboxes and not trees or power lines, meaning the driver got a hefty drunk driving job done on him as well as the destruction of property, speeding, and I think a few other things as he wanted for a fight that happened a few weekends ago in the pub, as he was caught out by the security footage. They never ran over our mailboxes again. I guess that'll teach them a lesson. Don't go hitting mailboxes or your car's gonna be split in half, you're gonna have 2 broken arms, and your friend's gonna have a concussion. Also, don't ever drunk drive, alright? Bad. You were a bad person. You know, don't put other people's lives at risk. That's not how this works. It's not, but this was pretty crazy. You know, shout out to the father, little home improvement over here. That's what we like to see. Tim Allen and Patricia Richardson, you know, with the home improvement of the mailbox. Shout out to them. Also, sorry if this was like a little bit strange because of the New Zealand like accent or like, you know, the words they use. It was a little strange on me. I don't know any of this, but I kind of like the word bogan, so I might use that every now and then. And yeah, just don't be an asshole and you won't have nuclear revenge on you. So let's get straight into the next one. Bully kids for years, have fun falling to your death. Posting on mobile, also just an observer. I wasn't the revengee, as I would be in jail, lol. Also to everyone wondering where this took place in the comments, this was New Zealand. Shout out to New Zealand again, back to back. So a little background story. My high school is relatively new and had a modern architectural design. Basically there's 3 stories with a stairwell going up the middle, where you can see from the 3rd to the 5th floor. Surrounding the gap there's a railing, however not that high compared to the students, as it would be acceptable for someone in my primary school, elementary, and not high schoolers. So this story starts off a few years ago, when I was 13 or 14. A guy I knew, let's just call him Sam, started to get bullied by another kid, let's call him Tom. Pretty much every lunch, Tom and his friends would hurl verbal abuse at Sam, who was relatively small so couldn't retaliate at this point. Tom was much bigger. Don't get me wrong, they fought like once or twice initially, but Sam got his ass whooped. The bullying only increased over the years, turning from verbal abuse into physical bullying and stealing / robbing Sam. You might think, why didn't Sam go to the administration and report Tom? Well, he did. The schools did fuck all. Now as a simple observer, I'm not fully caught up on the details of what was going on. I only know through observations I made. As I said, this had nothing to do with me. However, I do know that towards the end of high school, the bullying intensified. At this point, most people sided with Sam but couldn't do much as Tom had amassed a group of guys around him whenever he bullied Sam. Now before the incident, I spoke with Sam a few times and he spoke about his experience with Tom. Basically, imagine typical high school bullying and times it by 10. It's not like Sam even deserved it. He was nice and quiet, usually keeping to himself. Pretty much Tom is a total cunt, abusing Sam whenever he can for no reason. But this wouldn't continue for much longer. It was year 11 when the nuclear revenge happened, and by nuclear, I mean nuclear. Sam was walking along the 5th floor minding his own business when Tom came up and shoved him from behind. Tom then laughed and said something that I didn't quite hear at the time. However, later I learned it was about Sam's younger sister, who was in the hospital with leukemia. This was the point Sam snapped. As Tom turned and started to walk away laughing, Sam got up, ran towards Tom, picked him up with seemingly superhuman strength, and threw him over the small balcony. Tom died, falling and breaking his neck, then suffocating. Sam went to juvie, and I didn't know what his sentence was. But Sam, if you ever read this and you know who you are, nice job, you're a legend at school. Okay. So that happened. I don't think I could side with you here, Sam. I really don't think I could help you out here. Like, yeah, Tom bullied you and, like, you know, said some really awful things and even physically, like, hurt you with his bullying, but, like, yeah, I can't get behind throwing him over a balcony. That's just crazy. That's not okay. What the fuck? That is not okay. Why? Like, you need a little bit of help if you get out of juvie. I don't know what the rules are like in New Zealand, like how strict they are or like what your sentence is, but you might want to go see somebody, because that can't fly. That's not how things work. Like, you just straight up turned to the Hulk. You're gonna be cast in the new Avengers movie, and I'd pretty much prefer you because Mark Ruffalo sucks. Edward Norton was much better. Don't even at me. You know it's true. In the comments, you could settle it, but you know it's true. Edward Norton was better than Mark Ruffalo. You know, so don't at me. But still, you need to stop. Goddamn, Sam, please. That's not okay. I'm not gonna, you know, go in on Tom because he was a bully. He's dead. He can't vouch for himself and stuff like that. Like, I feel for Tom and his family. Sam, what the fuck? Can't say it enough. We're gonna have to go to the next one. That was a lot. I don't even know if that's nuclear revenge. That's just nuclear murder. That's crazy. You're crazy. We gotta go to the next one. And hopefully it's not as bad as that. That's a little crazy. Bully me? Try my mom. Just a bit of background. I'm the thin Chinese kid that spends all his time studying and is very nerdy. I've always been dealing with psychological problems, mainly from a toxic family relation and bullying. My mom really cares for me, but she gets mad for my dad and lashes out by calling me worthless and a disappointment and etc. My dad couldn't give less of a shit about me. During that time, my parents were considering a divorce, and I would always stay till like 1 a.m. in the morning trying to listen to their conversations because I was afraid they were going to go through with it. So one day, there were these kids that have always bullied me, and they do their thing. They all gang up on me during recess and go through my bag, pushing me and punching me, and being dicks while being racist and calling me names. I got so fed up about it that I spent the rest of recess inside my gym locker, which was big enough to hold me, and cried. I got detention for being late to class. As I got out, I saw the bullies outside graffitiing the school walls, so I ran past them really fast so they couldn't catch up to me. I ran into my home, shaken and hearing banging on my doors. I look outside to see the gang of kids with fucking knives. I got so scared that I just yeeted myself out the window because I thought that they would break through my door. I hurt my legs really badly, but I managed to get away from them. My leg hurt so bad that I was basically blacked out on the road. Luckily, someone called an ambulance. I took a week off from school and told my mom everything that happened. We have security cameras, so my mom deciphered through the footage and confirmed everything I said about them having knives. She knew I was also bullied, but I had no proof other than bruises and cuts that it either faded or weren't solid evidence. According to my mom, she talked to the boys' parents and they were typical rich people who were all EPs. My mom then brought the school to court and won, then the illegal part. My mom knows some gangsters through her friends who has a business targeting poorer areas. Basically, she called up some debts and hired to assault the bullies. They did more than that. They basically briefed all the boys' houses with fire, toilet paper, and even foul weed. This was all done during spring break when the rich people were out on vacation. They also took whatever they could and stole quite a bit of money. No one was ever caught, but I don't know what happened to the bullies because I was changed from a different school. Edit, holy shit, this blew up. I'm actually so happy right now. Yeah, that's some nuclear revenge right there. And, you know, I can get behind the person being bullied on this one. You know, like, they didn't kill anybody. They were just like, you know what, I've had enough. The mom's a gangster. She's just like, she called up her homie. She was like, get over here right now. We need the boys in town, and we're gonna fuck up some houses. And then the boys were down. They were like, yeah, no one's fucking with this woman's child. So I can get behind that. Shout out to this woman. Shout out to the nuclear revenge. I don't got much more to say than that other than don't bully. Moral of the story, drink some milk with your cookies. It tastes a lot better if you dip the Chips Ahoy in the milk, you know, pull it out, let it soak for a little bit, get a little mushy, take a bite, and bam, you're golden. That's the moral. So let's get on to the last one. Break it, get a broken leg. This was a long time ago, and my dad forgot some of it. Sorry if it's short. So like 20 years ago, when I was born, there'd be heaps of teens at night, and they would kick down the mailboxes, and my dad would get angry as hell. After a year of fixing the mailbox, my dad got tired of it and made a steel and concrete mailbox that night in the bottom. You couldn't see it because it was a dark color. When he was finished, he put it where the old one was, and that night he heard screaming, but they hustled off before he came outside. It happened 10 more times, and he knows one broke their leg because the parent came and told him. So yeah, just don't fuck with people's mailboxes. This guy did the same thing that the other dude did. Made his mailbox unbreakable, so then you break your bones. Yeah, it seems like a lot of these are from New Zealand, so like if you're gonna plan on doing something pretty shitty, stay away from New Zealand because you're gonna have something very shitty happen back to you. Also, sorry if my voice seems a little weird, guys. I am a bit sick still, you know, getting over this illness. So, you know, hang in there with me. I really enjoy doing these though. I love the Reddit videos. I love the feedback I get. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you didn't like it, you could hit that dislike button and you can comment why you didn't like it. Or you could just comment anything anyway and, you know, you'll be shouted out like this. Shout out to Samuel Hunter who commented pickles with 5 exclamation marks. That's how you know it's real. I love pickles. Don't like the sweet pickles. If you like the sweet pickles, we're gonna fight because the sour pickles, the dill pickles, those are where it's at. So yeah, if you want to be shouted out like Samuel Hunter with the pickles comment, leave another comment below. Pickles will not be shouted out again. All right, so let's keep it creative. Maybe olives next time. Anyway, guys, I love doing these. Thank you as always for the support. It's been Bizute. I'm out.